Hello everybody, my name is Coach Shane and I'm an English teacher. Probably most of you know me. I'm getting ready to shoot a lesson, so I just leave this on for a while. Hi, I'm not going to be able to read your comments, but if you want to follow me as I shoot a little video, you're more than happy. And then if you have some questions in a couple minutes, I'll be able to take your questions. This is my camera setting up here. It's getting warmed up. Hopefully it'll pop up on the monitor. No? No, come on, no. I might have turned the electricity off. We had a bad thunderstorm the other day, so I turned off all the electricity. Yeah, now it's gonna work. Hello. So here we go. Let me get this camera, make sure it's on. There we go. Hey. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put you guys over here. And I'm going to do an opening. I teach a class called DDM. And right now I'm going to do an opening for that class. Get my lights on. This is off too. Too many buttons to hit. There we go. Okay. There's good light. So this is an opening for my DDM. DDM is a listening class that I teach. And basically, on Mondays and on Thursdays, I send my students an assignment, and they listen to the assignment, and then they try to write down what they hear. This assignment was really difficult, but as usual, the words and vocabulary are really simple. It's the pronunciation that makes it difficult. So we focus a lot on that. So I'm going to show you a bit of this lesson. If you guys enjoy this type of Periscope, maybe I'll continue in the future. But right now I need to start recording, and I need to say hi. This is a recorded class, and I need to say hi to the students. I got to turn my microphones on. I've got two microphones, and I need them both on to make sure I have good quality. And I'm almost ready to start. If you have questions, give me about 3 minutes to shoot this, and then I'll take some of your questions. All right, hold on a second. Gotta get my file open. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to start shooting my video because I have two different audios and I have a video camera, so sometimes making them match is a problem, so I need to do that, and then I can match the audio. So that's a little behind the scenes secret. Okay, I'm gonna start. Hello everybody, welcome to the answers for DDM 337. Ooh, wow. One of you guys said this was the most difficult DDM ever. Yeah, it was tough, but I don't think it was the most difficult. Let me tell you something. Whenever we start a new episode, a new program, the beginning is always really tough. We know the people, we know the regular characters, but the story is completely different. So we have to get ready to learn about new situations, and new situations means new vocabulary and new expressions. And that's the case today. That was what made it difficult. Yes, Jerry spoke fast. Yes, Jackie spoke really fast. There were some new vocabulary words, but actually, I'm going to show you today that it wasn't that bad. We just need to work on our pronunciation. And what's the philosophy of DDM? If you can say it, you can hear it. Okay? So, let's talk about it. Great subject. Once again, the subject was, most of you, I guess, enjoy a regular coffee or tea. Tell us exactly what you like and when you drink it and where you drink it. and thank you very much. So far, 6 people have sent in their recordings. One guy started talking about corn dogs. Yeah, corn dogs are popular in Korea, and they're popular in America too. So I thought that was kind of funny, but I liked it. Thank you very much. LTA, let's talk about it, is an excellent bonus where you guys get to practice. So please take the time to do that. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and get started with the first section of the dictation. Let's listen one more time. All right, that was my introduction. About 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. So how was it? Too simple? Yeah, you fell asleep. I know. I apologize. Well, this is, you're not a member of the class, so I understand you don't really know what's going on. Any questions about anything? Sorry, just got here. No problem. Yeah, so I'm in the middle of shooting my video lesson, DDM, for my DDM students, and I thought I would periscope the opening, and yeah, how English work. English work very, very tough. Yeah, not easy. I thought I'd periscope how we're doing this. So right now, again, I'm in the middle. Hi, Marco. I'm in the middle of teaching listening skills, and listening to American English is really difficult for people around the world. My students are mostly businessmen and women, engineers, doctors, lots of professional people around the world. No kids, just a couple of kids. And these people, they correspond, they have business meetings, they have travel meetings, they have lots of different things that they need to do in English. And I'm here to help them. Hi from Mauritania. Oh, wow. Great, great. You are a really good teacher. Thank you very much. Where are you? I'm in my home studio, which is near Chicago. Chicago. Yeah. Where are you? No comments. This is where I get to sleep. From Kuwait. Excellent. California. California. New York City. What's up? How was your nap? My nap was great. Were you spying on me? Mauritius. How do you pronounce that? Mauritius. Mauritius. Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro? Yeah. Brazil again. Guatemala. Excellent. All over America. Warsaw. Poland. Welcome. What do I know about Poland? Moscow. Moscow on the Hudson. Great. From Spain. I'm an English teacher too. Great. Nice to meet you. I love the English teachers. What do I know about Poland? You have a famous bear. What's the bear's name? Wojtek. Wojtek. Famous bear named Wojtek. That's what we studied. We studied about Wojtek in DDM. Yeah, that's for sure. Any questions about anything? I'm getting a check-in from where people are from. English-related questions, life-related questions. I have all the answers. Why don't you read Turkey? I didn't see Turkey. Are you from Turkey? Excellent. Mauritius. Thank you. Thank you. Mauritius. I didn't see Turkey once. Maybe it was far away, when it was far away. Turkey. I hope things are okay in Turkey. In America, we hear that it's kind of dangerous in Turkey right now, especially if you do not like Erdogan. Hi from Rio. Hey, how you doing? Will you give us a discount? Yeah, I do give discounts occasionally. It depends. Right now, if students join the listening and speaking class, I do give a discount. If you're a college student, there is a college discount. But yeah, we work with people. We don't want people to spend all their money on English. Are the parts of speech necessary for your students to know? That's a good question. My students are intermediate to advanced, so they know the parts of speech. They know the nouns, the verbs, the adverbs, the adjectives. So when I explain a sentence structure, I don't spend much time talking about the parts of speech. Sometimes I do. For example, we had a great sentence. I'll write it down here if you can see it. I'll write it here. So, thank you for your not smoking. So, yeah, can you see that? So, hopefully it's not backwards. I look at it, it looks like it's backwards. I hope it's not backwards. Thank you for your not smoking. And this, for example, in this speech, it's like, well, your what? What? This is not a noun? Well, it is. It's a gerund. So sometimes I do have to explain the structure of some sentences. Lots of students wanted to write you are. Thank you for you are not smoking. No, but that's grammatically not acceptable. Thank you for what? Something. We need a thing here, so that's why we use the gerund not smoking. So sometimes I go into grammar and the parts of speech, but I generally don't have to. The students are already up there. So it's more vocabulary and phrases. To be honest, for my students, it's mostly pronunciation. So I'm going to show you, you guys, if you want to sit and watch, you can watch the first scene of what I'm actually teaching. So you'll see what it is. Yes, vocabulary's 10%, and not even 10%, 5%, not even, yeah, 5%, maybe 5%. Phrases are a big thing. Collocation is actually really important in what I teach. And I'm going to show you guys in a second. It's going to take some minutes, you know, it'll take about 15 or 20 minutes, so I'll leave it going. If you want to watch, that's great. But before I get to that, I'll take more questions. So you'll be able to see exactly what I teach and exactly how I teach it. You guys are getting behind the scenes, man. No other questions? Then I have to start work. All right. Speaking class. Yeah, I got a speaking class. I have a speaking class every Thursday called PERF. And in that class, PIRF, it actually focuses on pronunciation, intonation, rhythm, and flow. So there again, we don't talk about structure and grammar and things like that, but we talk about how to say, how to speak. And again, collocation is a really big thing. Marco says, the classes are great. Marco's a student of mine. Thank you very much, Marco. And Marco does a great job. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and it'll be like I'm ignoring you. What is collocation? Oh my goodness, collocation is extremely important. My classroom is clean? No, it's not. Collocation is, for example, the word coffee. If you hear the word coffee, my students have no problem hearing the word coffee. But what's a verb that goes with coffee? In American English, the most common verb that goes with coffee is get. No, it's get. Can I get you a coffee? Would you get me a coffee? Get a coffee. I got a coffee. I'm going to get a coffee. Get is the most common word. Now, the problem is, what does get mean? Get is like a proverb. When we say pronoun, it's like a proverb. It could have many different meanings. So yes, pour is possible. Pour, make, buy, mix, drink, exactly. It can mean anything. So these verbs that go with coffee, that's called collocation. Okay? If we get so I'll find a better example. It's a really bad example. So I'll give you another idea. Slurp, that's, yeah. So if I say the word waitress, what words are related are going to be located next to waitress? The waitress asked. The waitress took my order, asked for my order, took my order. So took my order, asked for my order, brought me tea, brought me coffee, spilt my wine, something like that. These words that go with other words and are located next to other words, that's collocation. There's actually a great dictionary that I love. It's Oxford Collocations. And again, this is for the advanced student, especially advanced student, not really for the beginners. The beginners, they need the vocabulary first. Where can I get one? Actually, online, they have a lot of collocation dictionaries, and they're free. So you can go check them out online. I like to have my sources. Oxford is good, and Merriam-Webster, I like that stuff too. Yeah. I don't know what that means. Sleep collection? It sounds like pajamas. Are you talking about my fashion? No, they're not pajamas. Is it wrinkled? Do they have it in Spanish? Gosh, I don't know. I want to say probably not, because it's once again, you take an English word. So I'll show you here. Let's look up judo. So here's the word judo, J-U-D-O, judo. And judo, collocated verb, do, practice. So when you see the word judo, almost always there's going to be a verb do or practice. That's typical. When you have judo as a noun, what nouns perform judo? It's possible, but do or practice much more common. But perform is possible, absolutely. Judo, what nouns go with judo? Hold, move, throw. He put me in a judo move, or I did a judo move. I don't know judo. So hold, move, throw. Mat, M-A-T, a judo mat. Phrases, judo class, excellent. Yes, judo class. Phrases that go with judo, a black belt. Black belt in judo. And that's it for judo. Those are the collocations. So, for example, if I have a class and we talk about coffee, which we're going to be talking about coffee today, you'll see all the collocations for coffee. It's really interesting. As an English teacher, the first time I saw a collocation dictionary, I was like, what the hell is this? But then I realized, after years of looking at it and understanding it, as I teach advanced level English, this is the key. This is where students have the biggest problem, is knowing which words go with which words. I have a big imagination. I have a large imagination. So in this case, big imagination is good. Large imagination is a little bit awkward. It makes sense. Yeah, good. Yeah, very good. Okay, so I'm going to get ready for my class, but I'll take a couple more questions if they're quick. I have a neighbor. He lives right next door, and my voice is very loud when I record, so I want to try and finish recording before he gets home. I don't want him to be too angry. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way. You guys can leave. I understand it's going to be boring for a bit, but my lesson, the first part of my lesson, should begin in maybe 6 or 7 minutes. How can we improve spelling? Sorry, in English, there's no easy way to improve spelling except by memorizing the spelling. And that's what Americans do too. That's why we have a spelling bee, which is a big spelling competition. Spelling in English is a disaster because we mix so many different language words together. It's really a problem. Where's your cat? Outside. My cat would be disturbing me greatly if she were in here. Okay, enough questions for now. Let me go ahead and do the first part of my lesson, and then I'll take questions later if you're still around. So give me a second here. right, this was part of what the students had to dictate. They were listening to something and watching something, and they had to dictate it, and they had lots of problems. And I'm going to help them with those problems so that they can hear all of this stuff, and they'll be surprised because after I give them the answers and explain the pronunciation, they are going to hear it, and they're going to hear it very easily. It's just a fun way of learning and building confidence, getting pronunciation, and things like that. All right. Right now I'm underlining words that were the biggest problems, and I'll be talking about those. So I will I need to charge my battery. My battery's dying. I need to listen to this too. How often are you going to make Periscope lessons? Yeah, I might. If people actually enjoy this type of thing, what I'm doing, I may do this a lot, very frequently. But it depends on the reaction. Right now, we've got 63 people watching. I cannot believe all 63 people are actually interested in learning English. I'm guessing a lot of people are just going around checking out what's on Periscope. And they found this class, and they're wondering, what the hell is this guy doing? Are you a real English teacher at a school? I taught at a school for 21 years. 21 years I taught at a school, actually 3 schools. And then I was able to move online, so now I just teach online, and I really like it. My battery's getting low, so I'm going to have to charge this up. I don't want you guys to lose me. Do you know other English periscopes? Yeah, I know. I haven't seen many, but I know that there's a lot out there. A lot of great teachers. I need to go get a charging thing. Yeah, I prefer teaching online. That's my thing, but yeah. I'm looking for a charging cord. Otherwise, my phone is going to die. All right. Hope to see you again here. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I hope so, too. Thank you. How do you know when to pronounce C as K? Yeah, that's one of those things in English where you just have to memorize the spelling. If you don't know the spelling of something, then or the sound of something and the spelling, you have to put it together. So sometimes like C is a C sound and C is a K sound. How do you know? You just have to memorize it. That's terrible. I apologize. I didn't make the English language. Some loser did. No, I'm just teasing. It's just a combination of so many different languages, which makes it a mess. Yeah, it makes it really tough. Yeah, it's reality. Reality's no fun. Reality's great fun. You guys, I need to go listen to this section before I teach it. And so I'm going to listen to it, make sure that I get the pronunciation down. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Daniel. And then I'll be right back. So I'll be right back. Like, for example, circus. C-I-R-C-U-S. The first C is like an S. The second C is like a K. Circus. Yeah, that's the idea. Cat. There's you go. Cat, carrot. Those are both K sounds. That's right. Yep. Okay. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Can I flip this over? Oh, good. Very good. So I'll be back in a second. All right, sorry. I'm going to start now. I'm going to do this lesson, this first part. So I hope that you enjoy it, and then I'll take a couple more questions at the end. Make sure you guys can see as much as possible. If I think that's about all you're going to get. Okay. And get my camera back on. All right, here we go. My camera needs a little bit out. It's too close. There we go. And people are constantly trying to give you coffee. Who's having coffee? Would you like some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Coffee is one of the only things you can have that people continue to try and give it to you. Waitresses are always coming over. Can I fill it up? Can I warm it up? Can I top it off? Wow, yes, it's really, really fast. I know that it's fast, but the words are super simple. It's just practice. Trust me, it's just practice. Let's go to the first sentence, and people. Now, today it's the first of this episode, so I want to make sure everybody knows the most important pronunciation points. We have three strong sounds. The strong sounds. The S, the N, and the L. These are the strong sounds in American English. And we have three weak sounds. The weak sounds are D, T, and TH. So basically these sounds, S and L, can cancel the weak sounds, D, T, TH. So let's just use the N as an example. International. We don't say international. We say international. International. Okay? The N cancels the T. And here we have end people. Okay? So almost always the N is going to cancel the D and people. And people. Whitney Houston. And I will... Do you guys remember that song? Anyway, only she uses the D. Most people are going to say N-I, N-I, N-I. The N cancels the D. The D is a weak sound. The N is a strong sound. And people are. Now, whenever a word begins with a vowel, almost always we're going to have linking. So this L is going to come over. For many people, the L and R are very difficult. So I'll talk about the L and R sounds later. I'll make it easy. But right now, people are, and people are constantly, and people are constantly, con. This is a short O. It's not kun, it's con, constant. This is a schwa sound, and then we have a stop, constantly. The idea of a stop sound, constant. We can finish the T, constant, but we don't finish it, we stop. Constant. And then from that position, we make the L sound. That would be a dark L. Constantly. And people are constantly. Now, in this situation, people are constantly ing. We're going to have an ing verb. Trying to give. Now, trying to. Ing has three pronunciations. We can say ing, back here, ing. We can say in, that's in the front, in, very nasal, in. And we can have a schwa, un. So, which is more common? The schwa is more common. Trying. Trying, tryin, trying. Now, we have trying and then we have the word to. To has how many pronunciations? My DDM students know that to has 7 pronunciations. We can say, start with the T's here. Ta, da, ta, da, t, d. And of course we can say to, and my green marker is about dead. So, the most common pronunciations for to are going to be t and d. So, trying to, trying to. But wait, I just said the N sound, and we have an N here, can cancel the T and the D. So trying to, the faster we say it, sounds like trying to. Very similar to China, the country China, China. And people are constantly trying to, and people are constantly trying to, and people are constantly trying to. People are always trying to. People are always trying to. People are constantly 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 trying to give you coffee, give you. Now we got the word you. You has how many pronunciations? 3. If you're a DDM student, you know I talk about this every month, so these are things that you know at this point. You, we can say you, we can say ya, and we can say ya. Which is the most common? Ya. So as you can tell here, d, t, y, un, the schwa sound is very common in American pronunciation on these small words. These words are usually not too important in the story. They're not context words. If it's not an important word to the story, often it gets the schwa sound. Give you coffee. Give you coffee. Give you. Remember, we got a linking here. Give you coffee. And people are constantly trying to give you coffee. And people are constantly trying to give you coffee. Now, the next 3 are in quotations. Who's having coffee? Would you like coffee? And these are all quotations. So, who is having coffee? Now, you just learned. Who is? Whose. Make it a Z sound. Having. How do we say having? Do we say ing? No, we say un. Having. Who's having coffee? Who's having coffee? Who's having coffee? There's another rule I want to tell you about. The 7 H's. The 7 H's are, can you see over here? Yeah. The 7 H's are he, her, him, his, had, has, and have. Very common everyday words. He, her, him, his, has, have, had, has, have. And these words, when they come in the middle of a sentence, 50% of the time, if we speak fast, the H is canceled. So we can cancel that H. So who's having coffee? Who's having coffee? Who's having coffee? Intonation. It's a question. Who's having coffee? Who's having coffee? Who's having coffee? Who's having coffee? Would you like some coffee? D plus Y. D plus Y in America equals a J sound. T plus Y equals CH. So don't you, don't chew. Did you, did you. Okay, that's typical. Do we say you? Wait. Probably we say yeah. Okay, so would you becomes would you. Would you like some coffee? The word some actually is like fun. However, most Americans, we're going to say it really fast. We use a schwa sound, some. Would you like some coffee? 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 Coffee. If you go to different places in America, the pronunciation can be different, but the standard pronunciation is going to be an AW, coffee. Coffee. Would you like some coffee? Would you like some coffee? Would you like some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Can. Now, CAN also, we're going to make it a schwa. Can I? Here we go. T plus Y, D plus Y, J, T plus Y, CH, you, get you. Can I get you? Can I get you? Can I get you? Some. Can I get you some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? All right, now think about this. If you read this sentence, can I get you some coffee, is that easy or difficult? It's super easy. For my students, this is a super easy super easy sentence, but the dictation was tough because the pronunciation. Can I get you some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? That's what we say in America. We should say, Can I get you some coffee? That's beautiful. That's perfect. And sometimes we do say, can I get you some coffee? But yeah, 50% or more of the time, can I get you some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? It's really fast. So now I've taught you that pronunciation. Can you say it? Probably not. You're not going to be able to. It's like an athlete. So if you imagine teaching golf, I teach you how to swing the club. Can you do it? No. I mean, yes, you can, but not the same. It takes practice and lots and lots and lots of practice. I'm the coach. You have a talent. This is what you need to do. Now you need to practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. That's what we do. Can I get you some? Can I get you some? Can I get you some? Get you some? Get you some? Can I get you some? Can I get you some? Can I get you some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Let's move on. Coffee's one of. Now, whenever you hear one of, you know there must be a Z, an S, a plural, okay? So many of you wrote one of, but you didn't write the S here. It must be there. The native English speaker is going to have the S. Even if it's kind of tough to hear, it's there. So, coffee's one of the. Now, we have another pronunciation rule, the word of. And I have no space. Can I write down here? Yeah, this would be good. So if we have the word of, or yeah, you can see here, the word have, or even the word contraction, V, and then the next word begins with a consonant like B, C, D, F, G, blah, 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 blah. Not a vowel, A, E, I, O, U. A consonant, not always, but many times we can cancel the V sound. So the classic example would be, give me. And what do we say? Most Americans say, gimme, gimme. And we even write G-I-M-M-E, gimme, gimme, gimme. Up here we had having coffee. It's an ing. So we're probably going to keep the or whatever. Of course we're going to keep the V. Wasn't there a have? No have? No, it's the only one? Okay. So in this case, one of the only. This is an O, so we say the only in America. This is a consonant. We can cancel this sound, and we get one of the. One of the, one of the, one of the, one of the. Here, it's a vowel, so one of the. One of the only, one of the only, one of the only things you can, things you can, things you can, things you can, things you can things you can have, things you can have, things you can have, things you can have, that. So, in this case, have is an important word. Have means possess. So it has context. It's not like a linking verb, like I can have this, or wait, I have been there, I have been there. I have been there, not very important. It's a helping verb. In this case, it means possess. So we want to keep as much pronunciation as possible. We might cancel the H. Coffee's one of the only things you can have. You can have. You can have. Coffee's one of the only things you can have. Coffee's one of the only things you can have. Coffee's one of the only things you can have that people continue to try and give it to you. That people, so we're starting here with a relative clause. That people, very quick, very short. That people, that people can. Constantly, here's an ah, here's a k, English is terrible, I apologize. Con, continue to, remember to, we got to, d. In this case, there's a reason, I'm going to skip the reason now, but this is vibrated, so probably this is going to be a d. It could be a t, probably since there's vibrated, the d is vibrated too, so d. People continue to try and give it to you. So that people continue to try and give it to you. So here we have two similar sounds. When we have similar sounds together, link them together and focus on the second sound. Give it to you. That people continue to try and give it to you. That people continue to try and give it to you. Coffee is one of the only things you can have that people continue to try and give it to you. Coffee is one of the only things you can have that people continue to try and give it to you. Awkward English, right? Seems a little bit strange. Don't worry, a native English speaker was saying this, so even though it's wrong, if a native English speaker says it, it's okay. It's unfair, I know. Next sentence. Waitresses. Oh, really tough. Very tough to hear. Jerry says it super fast. Waitresses are always. Waitresses are always. Faster. We have linking here. We got linking here and here. Waitresses are always. Waitresses are always. Waitresses are always. Waitresses are always. He says it really fast. Okay, very tough. I agree. This was actually quite tough. But wait a minute. We're talking about coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Collocation, noun, waitress. Waitress, waiter, coffee. It's collocation. They go together. Okay? Waitresses are always coming over, coming over. So we can have coming over, coming over, ing. All of those INGs are possible. Waitresses are always coming over. Can I fill it up? 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 Can. Get that kun sound, that connection there. Can I fill it up? So look here. This fill it, same sound, fill it up, not feel it up. Fill it up, make that sound come down. Fill it up. This is what we call a flat T. So British people, fill it up. Can I fill it up? Oh yes, it sounds very lovely. Would you like to fill it up, please? Fill it up. But in America, we use a flat T, which sounds like fill it up, fill it up. So if I slow down, fill it up, it's more like a D. It's not a D, it's a flap. It's a flap, one flap, okay? But the sound compared to a T is actually more like a D. Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Can I fill it up? Can I fill it up? Can I fill it up? And another one. Can I warm it up? Can I warm it up? Can I? We can say can, no problem. Can I? Sure. But most Americans, can I warm it up? 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 And I'll talk about this pronunciation. And one more. Can I top it off? Can I top it off? So, fill it up, warm it up, top it off, and coffee, perfect collocations. Fill it up, warm it up, top it off. We always use these with coffee. Can I top? This is an sound, just like constantly is an sound. Anyway, top it off. This is again an AW sound. Standard pronunciation. In some places in America, they will have different pronunciation. Can I top it off? So for the meaning, for the explanation, I'll talk about that tomorrow. But today, just pronunciation. And I want to look at two things here. I want to look at warm, and we're going to look at top. Okay? So I'll make I'll put an insert video here. By the way, if people are watching on Periscope, I'll shoot the video later, and by doing this, I know I need to insert another video. Okay, so now I'll continue. Okay, so that's really good practice here for warm and for top. Now, we need to say it together. We're going to say it 2 times. The first time, smooth, nicely, easily. And I want you guys to say it with me. You need to say it with me. The second time, I'm going to go pretty fast. Then we're going to listen to the original, and it's going to be really fast. But I bet you hear it. Okay? All right, let's go for it. 1, 2, 3. And people are constantly trying to give you coffee. Who's having coffee? Would you like some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Coffee is one of the only things you can have that people continue to try and give it to you. Waitresses are always coming over. Can I fill it up? Can I warm it up? Can I top it off? And people are constantly trying to give you coffee. Who's having coffee? Would you like some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Coffee is one of the only things you can have that people continue to try and give it to you. Waitresses are always coming over. Can I fill it up? Can I warm it up? Can I top it off? Woo! That was the first scene. And actually, I have 4 more of those to do. So it's a lot of work. But we're starting a new class today. So that's why I go into extra detail so that the students can really get a good understanding of the pronunciation rules, the cancellation rules, and yeah, so it's good practice. Thank you very much. So yeah, kind of fun, right? It's kind of interesting. Good, good. Is anybody still sleeping? Great. The soup. Oh yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, the soup pho. I remember the soup Nazi. I don't know about the soup pho. I love Seinfeld though. Still great. Still awake. That's good to know. Good to know. Okay. So yeah, it looks like a lot of people kind of stayed with me today. So in the future, I'll probably do more periscopes, just letting you in behind the scenes so that you can practice your English listening. Of course, I want you to join my classes too. That would be the best thing. Thanks, Daniel. I hope to meet you too. Hey, Parmi's there. See you in the hangout. Absolutely. Thanks, Parmi. All right, guys. Any last questions? Otherwise, I'm going to hang up and get to work. I got much more to do. Lots of hangouts this weekend. Yes, this weekend. That's right. We have, for me, I've got 3, 4, 5 hangouts this weekend. But then Arthur, Miguel, Clive, and Matt, they all have hangouts too. So we've got probably 10 hangouts this weekend. So lots of, if you're a DDM member, so many chances to practice. And you'll be practicing this stuff too. Parmi says, I need to. Parmi, actually, your English is really good. And the reason your English is good is because you practice. Yes, east and yeast. That's tough for lots of people. That's really tough. Thank you very much. Is it Arnoba? Arnoba? God protect you. And also you. Thank you. All right, guys. I don't see any questions, so I will say adieu. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye. I have no idea how to stop this. Stop! Oh, this is so embarrassing.